What's up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight we are taking a look at Darius the Third. So he's going to be a berserker type enemy, so he's going to be dealing more damage to most classes and he's going to take double damage from them as well. I'm going to throw his pictures on the screen right now. He's got some really awesome artwork, especially his Max Ascension artwork. I love it. It's really cool. Unfortunately there's not a lot of fan art for this guy, so I couldn't find well, it took me a while to find a good thumbnail for him, but I found a really good spot. I'm gonna have the link to it in the description below, and it gave me a lot of thumbnails for some characters that I couldn't find for a while, which is primarily why I haven't been doing some of these characters, because I need thumbnails for them. But anyway, enough about that. I'm gonna throw his stats on the screen right now. He has 7,608 attack at level 70 and 8,763 HP. It's pretty solid stats. He does actually go up really high into the attack stat, almost getting to, well, not almost, but he does eclipse 12,000 attack if you grail him out and max him out with the foes. So that's really nice. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend doing that on this character, but he does end up with some really good stats if you do decide to go that route. So for his skills here, he's going to have the Golden Rule B skill, which increases Noble Phantasm gain for 3 turns. It's a pretty solid skill, and he's a berserker, so he doesn't have too many arts cards, so he kind of needs something like this in order to get his Noble Phantasm ready, in case you don't have like Kaleidoscope or something like that. His second skill is going to be Disengage A, which will remove buffs and restore his HP, which is really nice, especially on berserker characters. They're going to take more damage, so they're going to die a little bit faster, so having a heal on him is really nice. And his final skill is Battle Continuation A, which applies Guts 1 time over the course of 5 turns. So anytime Berserker can revive himself, this is really nice. And then you could use the Guts to come back with either 1,000 or whatever level it's at HP, and then use Disengage to restore your HP back up a little more. Is going to be really helpful to keep this guy alive and do some more damage. So now I'm going to throw up his Ascension and his skill enhancement materials right now. He does need quite a bit. He needs the crystals, feathers, bones, and the horseshoes, which is quite a lot. It does seem like the 3-star characters really need a ton of EXP. I say EXP every single video. He needs a ton of Ascension materials to get him all the way maxed. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just me maybe it's just like a variation of different items instead of having like one really exclusive item. But it just feels like all the 3-star characters need so much to max them out. Anyway, I'm going to throw up his skill enhancement materials now. He needs much of the same here, but instead of bones, he needs the dust, which is pretty standard for skill enhancements. So there's nothing too bad here. Moving on here to his craft essence, it's going to unlock the Door to Babylon, and this will increase buster card effectiveness of all allies by 15% while on the field. So again, this is going to be another one of those generic card rate ups. It's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, having that increased buster card effectiveness is always really nice, especially on berserker teams. But I'm sure you can find something better for this character overall. So now we're going to talk about his command cards and his Noble Phantasm. So he has 3 Buster, 1 Quick, 1 Arts, which is pretty standard for a Berserker class character. And so you want to put him on a Buster team primarily. His Noble Phantasm is also a Buster, and is going to deal extremely heavy damage to all enemies. And then if you overcharge it, it's going to decrease the attack of all enemies for 3 turns and decrease their defense for 3 turns. Which is really nice. You get that. It's not a huge, I don't want to say huge, I mean if it's maxed out at level 5, then it's going to be a 30%, which is really nice. But you do get that attack and defense decrease, and if you're using something like Kaleidoscope or anything like that, you can get it off pretty fast and hit the boss with a attack down, defense down, Noble Phantasm right off the bat, which will probably make the fight a lot easier. And you can also power this up with an interlude quest, but it doesn't do a whole lot. It basically just increases the damage a little bit. So it's not something you want to rush out and do, but whenever it's available, I don't actually know. Hold on, let me check where it actually is. Alright, so it does look like both of his interlude quests are actually out in the game right now. So you're just going to go to Septum to do those to increase the damage output of his Noble Phantasm, if that's something you would want to do. So now for the craft essences you can use on this guy, it's going to be the pretty standard setup for Buster types. Obviously with Kaleidoscope, you want to use that to get his Noble Phantasm ready as soon as possible, because he is a Berserker, so he has a lot of Buster cards. You're not going to be getting too many Arts Chains with him to increase the Noble Phantasm. So you want Kaleidoscope in there to get his Noble Phantasm ready to use as soon as possible. And then you could use the Verdant Sound of Destruction for 15% Buster card effectiveness, or limit 0 over for the 25% Buster card effectiveness. Or you could use his exclusive Craft Essence for the 15% increase. So that's going to wrap up this video here for Darius. Tomorrow I will be doing Ushiwakamaru. Like I said, I did find a really good place for thumbnails, so I found one of her as well. And I've been looking for a picture of her for a long time, which is why I haven't been doing her in a spotlight. I know you guys have been asking for it, but I did finally find a thumbnail for her, so I will be making her tomorrow. And I'll leave you guys here with Darius's Noble Phantasm. I'll see you guys tomorrow.